Hey, it's Randy at Funeral Funds of America. In this video, I'm going to show you the actual cost for $20,000 worth of burial, cremation, final expense, life insurance, or funeral funds for a 77-year-old male. Now, first thing I recommend is going to our website, and on just about every page, we have these free quoters. You can select the state that you live in. We are licensed in all 50 states, by the way. Select the coverage amount, put your birthday in there, and the rest of the info. Click Get Quotes Now. And it will take you to a page that's going to show you the best insurance companies with the lowest rates. And that's going to help you avoid all those things you see on TV, those plans with the low rates and those things that show up in your mail with the low rates. And when you call them up, the low rate is never good at all. And they end up trying to upsell you and get more money out of you. It will also help you avoid those plans that have mandatory 2-year waiting periods that are often like 200% more expensive than other companies out there. So be a smart consumer, and we can actually help you be a smart consumer. Check that out. You can also call us at 888-862-9456. One of our agents can help you out, answer any questions, see what you qualify for. Now, the first thing you probably should ask yourself as a 77-year-old male looking for $20,000 is that enough coverage for your final expense needs? Now, final expense, we would typically be talking about either cremation or burial. So the average cost of a cremation right now in the United States is right about $1,000 to $2,000. And if you're looking for a cremation and some sort of ceremony, maybe a remembrance of life ceremony, celebration ceremony, that's probably going to be $3,500 to $4,500. So we would typically recommend, if you're just going to get cremated with nothing fancy, come home in a cardboard box or an urn, we would typically recommend $5,000 to $7,000 worth of coverage. Now, obviously, that's more than the cost of the cremation right now, but you're age 77, and what happens if you live to age 87? We know prices are going to go up. So most people want to build in just a little bit more coverage, and that just inflation-proofs your plan, and God forbid you die a little sooner. There's just a few extra dollars, not making anybody rich, but a few extra dollars to maybe pay off some other bills that if you'd lived longer, you would have been able to take care of, or maybe there's some medical bills or stuff like that. So same concept with that cremation and the ceremony. We'd probably recommend coverage, maybe $7,000 to $10,000. Now, one thing we don't recommend is just going crazy on the coverage. Sometimes people will say, well, I want $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 because I want to leave some money behind for my kids. Well, I can tell you one thing. Most people we help are on a fixed or limited income, so they are price sensitive. But the other thing, too, is if you'd wanted to leave that much money for the kids, you probably should have taken care of that before age 77, because getting that much coverage at age 77 is going to be a little bit on the expensive side. If you've got the financial means to do it, hey, let's do it. We can certainly help you out with that. But again, we're very respectful of our clients' budgets because most people are on a fixed or limited income. So if you are looking for something to cover burial expenses, the average cost of a burial in the United States right now is right around $10,000. And that's not going to be anything fancy. Just keep that in mind. But yeah, if you walk into a funeral home with a $10,000 check, we can't imagine they're not going to take care of things for you. Again, it'll be very simple, but what's the alternative? Them letting you walk out the door and walk down the street to one of their competitors and they'll take it. So just understand it. That's enough for right now at age 77, but that's probably not going to be enough if you make it to 87. So most of the time we would be helping people with $10,000 or $15,000, occasionally up to $20,000. It just depends on your budget. But keep in mind, if your budget's a little tight and all you can afford is $10,000, get that right. We can always help you add more coverage later. Now, one thing we always recommend is getting first day coverage or benefits. And that's the only thing we help people with at Funeral Funds of America. And what that means is that hypothetically, if your policy was approved today and it went in force today and you died tomorrow, the insurance company would have to pay out that $20,000 or whatever the coverage amount was. So that's exactly the coverage you want. You do not want a policy with a 2-year waiting period. And we're going to talk about that in a moment. But yeah, so first day coverage, a lot of people would say, yeah, I do like that first day coverage, Randy. You're right, I do like it. But I hear they ask health questions, and I'm not in the best of health, to which we say, hey, your health is our concern, not yours, at least when it comes to this insurance. And that's why we work with so many different insurance companies, that they all have different health questions. They all have different underwriting. And 95% of the time, we're getting people first day coverage or benefits. Really, the only reason you wouldn't qualify for first day coverage or benefits is if you had a really significant health issue, like maybe you had a terminal illness and you're going to pass away in the next 12 months. Maybe you had dementia, or you're on dialysis or in a hospital or in a nursing home. If that were the case, we'd probably refer you out to a different insurance company. Now, the other thing that seems to happen, it seems to happen on a weekly basis, is somebody will call us up and say, hey, we had a family member pass away this last week, and they didn't have any insurance, and we don't have any money. So their body's, down at the funeral home, and the funeral director's not going to do anything until we get some money in his hands. So we need to get this insurance really quick, and that way we can get a check in our hand to get some money into the funeral director's hand. And we have to let people know there's no insurance company in the United States that is going to offer a policy on a dead person, somebody who's already died. You actually have to be alive to qualify for this insurance. And it's really sad that the person who passed away didn't love and care enough for their family enough to get this in advance. And what typically ends up happening when people don't have insurance is family members have to put this on credit cards, and now they're paying 26% interest, and they have to pay this off over many years. And it's such a financial burden. And, the person who died, they knew they were going to die. They just didn't know when. And, these plans are affordable. There's really no excuse not to have anything. And it's just not a wonderful legacy to leave behind for your family. The fact that you should have taken care of this and now they're having to put it on credit cards and stuff. So don't be that person. Reach out to us. We can always help you get some insurance right now, and we can always start smaller and then just build it up and add coverage over time. Now, the plans we don't recommend are those ones with 2-year waiting periods. Now, Colonial Penn, their $9.95 plan, you probably see that advertised on TV all the time. You may not have known this, but that's that's a 2-year waiting period plan. And there's other companies out there that offer 2-year waiting periods, like Mutual of Omaha, their United of Omaha line, and AIG and Gerber. Gosh, so many different other companies. And some of these companies have done an amazing job of convincing the American public that the only thing people over age 50 are going to qualify for is a 2-year waiting period plan, to which we always say, do not fall for such nonsense, because we help people with first day coverage all day long. Yeah. Now, our 77-year-old male here probably just watched that Colonial Penn $9.95 commercial, and he's probably thinking, I outsmarted Colonial Penn. I waited until I was age 77. Now I'm only going to pay $9.95, and I'm probably going to get $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. I bet I can even get $50,000 for only $9.95. And then they call a Colonial Penn agent, or they go online and look at their website like we're doing here. And they see that 1 unit of coverage, which is $9.95 for a 77-year-old male, is only going to pay $493. Now, $493 isn't going to pay, I don't know. I mean, flowers, that might buy flowers, but it's not going to pay for a cremation anywhere in the United States that we know. So a lot of people would say that these companies out there that offer these low teaser rates do so just to get your information, just to get you to call in or get them on the phone. And then you'll see it's so little coverage, they try upselling you. And we would never say that about Colonial Penn. I guess that's something you could formulate on your own, just kind of knowing the facts here. But yeah, what good is $493 going to do? Yeah. So as far as $20,000, Colonial Penn, their $9.95 plan, you max out at 15 units. So yeah, 15 units would be $149, but that's only going to cover $7,395. So if you want $20,000 with Colonial Penn, you are out of luck big time. So let's go take a look and see what first day coverage, what $20,000 would be. So we got $20,000 right up here. Male, age 77, get quote. And again, this is $150 for roughly $7,000. So $20,000 is going to be roughly around $220, $225. I'll tell you what, that's a lot. That's a lot of money for most of the people that we help. So that's why, we typically would recommend kind of in the $10,000 to $15,000 range for a 77-year-old male. So you're 77 years old. You've been blessed to live that long, but the insurance goes up as we get older. So just keep that in mind. But let's look at some other companies here. But even at that, that's 20,000 versus, 7,000. 7,000 for 150, or you could get 20,000 for right around 220. So it's definitely a lot better deal. It is just more money because it's more coverage. But let's look at other companies, because we're like 220. Keep going here. Well, here's this company, Lumico. They're level coverage, but they're 251. So roughly $30 more a month. That would be $360 more a year after 10 years when our male is age 87. So 30 times 12, 360, be right around $3,600 more, $3,600 more. So why would you overpay $3,600? You lock in your savings from the very first payment. So just make sure that you are a smart consumer, and we can help you be a smart consumer, help you get the lowest rates. Let's take a look at another one here. Oh, like Lincoln Heritage here. They're a fine company, I guess. But yeah, ouch. Look at that pricing. Almost $300, $297. It is level coverage, but Lincoln Heritage has a deal where when you pass away, they will supposedly call 2-3 different funeral homes, maybe do a couple other things to kind of like get you the lowest pricing thing. But, you pay for that. It's not a free service. You pay for that, and it's $297 versus, so it's roughly $300 versus $220. So around $80 more a month, roughly. That's $960 more a year. After 10 years with Lincoln Heritage, you will have overpaid roughly $9,600 on a $20,000 policy versus going with a lower price company. So a lot of people would say that's a pretty good payday for the insurance company, and we would tend to agree with that. So what we've done is allowed you to lock in the lower rate here, save that 10 grand, and we provide a free funeral and estate planning guide. And you can just download that off our website and print it out, and then complete it. You just fill out who gets what and what goes where and what you want done after you're gone, and then you keep that with your insurance policy. And what happens is when you pass away, now your family's not only protected financially with the insurance policy that you bought them, but they're protected emotionally with the funeral and estate planning guide, because all they need to do is execute your wishes, just follow your directions, and they will have that peace of mind knowing that they're doing everything exactly as you wanted it done. And what a wonderful gift of love to leave behind, to let your family know you are not only thinking of them and loving them and protecting them in life, but also in death, actually when they would need you the most when you're not here. So yeah, what a wonderful legacy to leave behind. Go to our website, funeralfunds.com. We've got a special quarter for our YouTube viewers, funeralfunds.com/YouTube. We've got a special quarter there where you can get the best discounts and the lowest rates. You can also call us at our toll-free number, 888-862-9456. One of our agents can help you out with this. And if you've got an existing policy and you want to price shop and to make sure you got the best deal, we can help you out with that. If you want to add coverage to your existing policy, we can help you out with that. If you just want to get a brand new policy or have any questions that you need answered, we can help you out with that. But we look forward to helping you get the most amount of coverage for the least amount of money. And until that day comes when we get to talk with you about this and help you with this, you stay safe, you take care, you have a nice day. Bye-bye.